Hey, what's up, y'all, and welcome to the Aging Potheads. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk, and that is the lovely Miss Candy with an X. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh man, I am fantastic. Just woke up from a nap, so I'm feeling a little good tonight. And
Same.
welcome, welcome to the show, y'all. Take this time to share out to your friends. It is Wednesday, 7 o'clock, and we are here as always. We got some good shit to talk about tonight, y'all. But first, before we get into this shit, let's go ahead and blaze up. There go baby Grogu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Yes. Now, we should call this your strain candy cake because you always smoking it. You got that wedding cake again today, right?
Got the wedding cake again. It's the end of the so it had me. I had started hitting a little bit, and then I started hitting. I had a little day drink today, so that definitely
Mhm.
aided in my nap. I said, "Let me." I got 2 hours before the show. Let me take
Uh-huh.
a little nappy nap
Yeah.
because if I don't, it's gonna be a crazy ass show.
Yeah.
So. So yeah, but yeah, wedding cake. I think I gave it 4 blunts,
Yes.
4 out of 5.
You gave it four out of five.
I
So
gave it 4 out of 5.
what was different about this batch?
Well, because it makes me sleepy, so
Okay.
it making me hella sleepy this time. Usually
Uh-huh.
indicas they are calming effect. I do like them to go to sleep, but
Mhm.
this was a batch that was a little different. It doesn't give me stupid high,
Mhm.
but it does kind of put me out a little bit.
Mhm.
Um, So yeah, so that's why I gave this one a little bit of a different um rating today.
Okay.
So that's
All right.
what-
I've had wedding cake before. I like it. It's a nice indica. I like the way it smokes. It will put me to sleep. It will put
Mhm.
me to sleep. That's what it will do.
It
Let
will.
me get yeah. Let me get this runner out of here because that runner normally slows down my feed here.
Yeah.
Slow that ticker down. So let me go ahead and take that ticker off. I'll be trying to show y'all the information. Sometimes when I got folks in my house. Sometimes the bandwidth is going, so it's like, God damn, it's just like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
everybody on the Wi-Fi.
I will be moving soon, and I will have better internet when it comes through, and won't be a lot of lagging. Then y'all will enjoy Candy and I in studio, so it's gonna be fun. That's coming soon. That's coming soon, y'all. Um,
And also I have company too, so I don't know if you guys noticed I'm in a different room today. So you have company downstairs that I didn't invite. So, like I'm
yes.
I'm doing the show upstairs tonight.
Now
So
Tony is saying, and Tony, welcome to the show.
hi
He's
Tony.
smoking a presidential pre roll. It's Wowie Moon Rocks. Now, for those who don't know Tony, and I know him quite well, Tony loves infused pre rolls, moon rocks. Tony will roll anything in anything and smoke it. Um, when it comes to infused pre rolls, and I'm gonna get to my sour cheese. I gave it 4 blunts too, but when it comes to smoking infused pre rolls, folks, it is not for beginners. I strongly
Yeah,
suggest that if you are, let me start using the 2022 word. If you have started your marijuana journey, just
right. I would recommend
I wouldn't
going off of
recommend.
that real fast.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend any type of infused pre roll, moon rocks, any type of novelty novelty weed or product because that will get you, folks. Um, stick to the basic strains, sour diesel, Bubba Kush, purple Urkel. Just stick to the good ones. Try a little at a time. And with that, y'all, I'm getting the sour cheese now. Sour cheese, my people. And I'm not gonna run the runner because the runner always just messes me up. So I'm gonna just
Yeah.
read it off here. Sour cheese is a hybrid marijuana strain that is a cross between sour diesel and cheese. It is pungent, but it is known for its euphoric effects, and it also helps with depression and anxiety.
Okay.
Also keeps you a little bit focused. This batch right here is actually pretty good. It got me high pretty fast. Normally, when you smoke like cheese sort of eases you into your high, but you can feel that sour diesel in here. Now, the reason it tastes a little bit funky, it actually because we all know sour diesel got that gassy taste, and then we got cheese got that
Yeah.
Gouda type, that smoked that that's that pungent
Yeah.
cheese.
Some cheese has a pungent smell, so I can see it having a little gas smell to it
But
too.
this is good. The taste doesn't throw you off.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this, folks, y'all. If y'all can't smoke out of a pipe, definitely smoke out of hemp wraps. Long as I am gonna start this movement because I'm guilty of it myself. Stop smoking weed out of tobacco leaves, y'all. Stop
Yeah,
smoking weed
it
out of
does
tobacco.
feel the effect. I know I do. Me and Justin smoke. We like the honey blunt, the honey Duchess. Sometimes our Fanta leaf.
Yes,
Um, it does boost the high. A
that's a
lot.
nicotine high. It's a nicotine
Yeah,
high.
yeah. It
So
adds the. I don't know if you noticed when I started smoking, we would smoke weed, and then a lot of people would follow it up with a cigarette
yeah.
or maybe a black and mild because it
Hmm.
does boost the high. The nicotine boosts the
Hmm.
high. So
Yeah.
if you are a beginner,
Hmm.
and you don't want to get too out of your head,
Yeah.
I would definitely either use a joint or some kind of rolling paper or like some kind of apparatus such as this because it's
Yeah.
not, it doesn't give you the same. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Because
boost.
yeah, a lot of folks don't think that weed has a taste. Different strains have different tastes. A lot of times, folks don't taste it because you're smoking out of that tobacco leaf. A lot of
Hmm.
times, you don't know whether weed is good or not because you're getting high off the nicotine
Right.
that's in the tobacco leaf, and it's a better experience when you smoke out of unbleached hemp. I'm even gonna start getting away from these. Because these are hemp, but they're not a good quality hemp. So
Okay.
I'm gonna start moving to some other stuff and start smoking out of pipes a lot more. Um,
Yeah, you get more of the weed
yeah,
than anything else, and it's not as it's not as harsh, it's not as strong, and that's why
yeah,
I kind of prefer to smoke out of
mhm,
baby Groku, or baby Yoda.
mhm,
When we do the show because it isn't as harsh as high,
yeah,
or it doesn't hit as bad,
yes,
and it
yes,
doesn't
yes,
have me like sitting here stuck for the first like 20 minutes of the show.
for real. Now, sour cheese is a good brand. Is a good strain. It's good for beginners too because it's a nice little head high. Hits your little body on the back. It does bring a little focus, y'all. Don't get me wrong. It does. It does come with a little focus. Um,
Mhm.
Also, I'm glad you're drinking the water. Um, it does give you dry cotton mouth very quickly.
Yes.
So stay hydrated, y'all. I gave it
Yeah.
four. I gave it 4 blunts simply because of that quickness to dry out. Because I need to be lubricated when I smoke, or I'll start coughing all over the place.
Hmm.
Uh, and speaking of coughing, that is our strain of the week, which is strawberry cough. Um,
Okay. I've never heard of it.
okay, strawberry cough. It is actually a sativa. Let me get that banner. Let me get to. Let me get that brander down. Let me get that. It is
Yeah,
a
the
sativa.
good old Banner.
Yeah, and now strawberry cough is a sativa dominant marijuana strain known for its sweet and fruity flavor. Now, Strawberry cough will make you cough no matter how good a smoker you are. I don't know what it is. If you smoke sometimes I think it's in your head, but you can smoke the joint, you can smoke the concentrate. This is gonna cause you to cough. It
Well,
is a
coffee's in the name, so
Yeah, it is a good strain. It is a excellent strain for beginners. Watch out for the coughing though. So just make this like your third or fourth time when you smoke. So you're used to the smoke. You are gonna cough, so don't worry about it. It's euphoric.
high too, though.
Yeah, it's euphoric. It gives you energy, helps with anxiety, as well as it helps. It gets you get creative. I be sitting there thinking of some dumb shit when I'm on this. Man, when I smoke strawberry cough, I mean, I be sitting there like on some dumb shit, you know.
Well, it's a
So
sativa, so.
now I don't see strawberry cough a lot here in Vegas, except at the Newell dispensary. They're not sponsoring anything, but that's where I normally see strawberry cough in flower or concentrate. It's a very good brand. I mean,
Okay.
a very good strain, and I would definitely recommend it, y'all. And that's our strain of the week. That's the strawberry cough. Now let's get to the shit, y'all. I know y'all been waiting for this shit. First, I'm gonna get the dumb shit out the way. Trump has been indicted. He had his day in court yesterday where he pleaded not guilty. Um, Everybody and their mama decided they was gonna cover this news. To me, it's like fuck it. You know, there's no handcuffs, no mug shots. It's just him in court. There was no cameras allowed in court. And for those who don't know, Trump is being accused of, and let me get this straight, y'all, because I'm gonna tell you, this is not about him paying that girl. It's not about him paying that woman. I'm sorry. It's not about him paying Stormy Daniels. It's about him hiding that he paid Stormy Daniels. So
Behind false
yeah,
business records, he
behind
falsified.
he falsified business records to
Mhm.
do so. So I understand where a lot of folks are coming, and I too believe this is a little bit politically motivated, but it was still wrong nonetheless. Okay, wrong is wrong. The law is this. Don't let the narrative that's being put out there. I shouldn't say don't let. The narrative that's being put out here is that he's being paid. He's being convicted of paying off a whore, and the girl was trying to blackmail him, and Stormy Daniels doesn't agree with the charges. Stormy Daniels says she doesn't want to have anything to do with this because
Yeah,
it doesn't have anything to do with her. She got
it
her
has
money.
nothing to do with her. I don't. I was still a little confused about what exactly he was being charged. Y'all found 34 charges. This man been hiding documents and all this stuff, tax documents and stuff in his Mar-a-Lago or what have you. And this is
Mhm.
what y'all want to charge. This is what y'all want to bring charges up on him for. And you can kind of tell they're a little trumped up. You know, pun
I don't think
intended.
yeah. They're
But
not really trumped up as more as that they're actually illegal.
yeah, it's
It's
like, what are we? I mean, what
yeah.
exactly? So, from my understanding, he paid money to his lawyer. Well, he arranged for his lawyer to pay Stormy Daniels the 130K, which she got
Yeah.
paid for, and then he was going to pay her back. But I still am a little confused on what does that have to, because there's nothing really illegal about that.
What
Is
was
what I.
illegal? Him paying her, nothing illegal about that. We can get
Mm-mm.
into morals, we can get into ethics. Nothing illegal. I mean, even ethical. There's nothing unethical about that.
I
People have
wouldn't
been
been
paying.
around since
Yeah,
the beginning of the
yeah.
time.
Hush
Most of
money. Yeah.
your
I
favorite
mean,
politician has a
let's
hold of
go.
it or stashed
We
away
can go
somewhere.
to even Bill Cosby back in the 80s and 90s. They paid these people hush money. It wasn't illegal to pay them to be quiet and sign these NDAs. What's
No,
illegal is hiding it on paper.
right.
That's what was wrong, y'all. So the hush money thing, I could care less. Now, when you talk about, a lot of folks bring up the Bill Clinton thing. Bill Clinton paid off a woman in the 90s. Let's be clear, folks. He settled with that woman. He paid it out of his own accounts. He didn't hide the payments. He
Yeah.
didn't he didn't do anything illegal. And that was a settlement versus hush money. And like I said, nothing illegal about hush money, but
The falsifying of the business
falsifying of the
documents
documents, that's illegal.
is
So
what they're
Donald
trying to
Trump,
charge
yeah,
him for.
what he did
And
was
that's still
illegal.
not going
Yeah,
to take
go
him
ahead.
out of the running.
Yeah.
He's still going to be able to, that's not a felony. He's still going to be, that's
There
not
were
going
some
to,
felony charges.
I mean, there are felony charges, but when I say that, what I meant was that's not going to stop him from being able to run in the next campaign. He can still very
Unless
much.
he's convicted. It's not going to be able to keep him from running.
Right.
But that's why I put that question there. Will he go to jail, though? Let us know in the comments. Will he go to jail? I personally believe he's going to plead out to some lesser charges. I agree with some of the polls. I do believe some of this is politically motivated. I do believe that Trump probably won't go to jail, but I also think that Congress needs to enact something to make sure he is not president or holds office again.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
even though, and that's why I say it when I said trumped up, that's kind of what I meant. I kind of meant politically motivated because, but it's still, again, it's not going to stop him from being able to run, and people are still very much going to vote for him. They're still they had, I believe it was in New York when this
yes, New York
race that they had.
Yes.
They had a rally, but a lot of his supporters were there. So like I don't know if people are just over it. But he doesn't have the following that he had when he started running. So
yes, but he still has the base. He still has the crazy folks out there.
Yeah, he still has his base core that are fighting for him.
Yeah, I want this to be over with. I want this guy out of the public light. I just want things to get back to a little bit of normalcy because I don't like Trump. Haven't liked Trump since the 80s. So for those folks who might be watching and thinking this is a new thing, I've never liked Trump. I don't associate him with the Republican Party because my issue with the Republican Party is different than Trump, although they can be connected at times. But I'm letting you know I've hated Trump since the 80s, y'all. I've hated Trump since I was a kid.
He's an anomaly. I think they're trying to get DeSantis to run, and he's a whole nother problem. That
yes, he's a whole other problem.
And I don't know who the Republican Party is going to front run, but it sounds like it's going to be him from what I'm hearing.
Yes.
I haven't been watching the news too much. Because I feel like the news at this point, everybody's biased. Even seeing
everybody's at a slant. I do recommend folks, and I keep saying I'm a lot. I recommend NPR, National Public Radio.
Okay.
A lot of times they just present the facts. They're pretty neutral. Sometimes Associated Press and Reuters, the news. Sometimes it has a little slant. But NPR NPR just reports the news. It lets you decide. This is this. This is this. Folks, just go on about your life. Let this man live his life. This man wants his time in the sun every time. He said he was going to be indicted. Nobody said that the government was going to indict him. He was saying 2 weeks ago, and. Now, on a side note to this story, y'all, before we move on, Marjorie Taylor Greene tried to give a speech outside the courthouse yesterday, was met with jeers and boos, and Michael Rappaport, the actor, Michael Rappaport was running her. He was doing the thing.
I love him.
Yes, and Tony said, he's not going to get into it. He has a lot to say. He said he should pay for any laws broken, but that goes for all politicians, including crackhead Hunter Biden. No exceptions for any of them. And I agree, Tony. Trust me, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is dumb. I'm gonna go to what she said, you guys, and it was the most silliest. She compared Trump being arrested to Nelson Mandela and Jesus Christ. And for that alone, I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. Republicans, that's somebody I really need to get out of that motherfucker.
Y'all
Uh,
really do. Y'all really do. Because that's
I'm not even speaking as I'm not any political lean. This woman needs to go. This woman is not the sharpest tool in the shed at all. And she hopes to be vice president one day. But that's not gonna happen, guys. We know that's not gonna happen. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a whole different ball of wax. I wouldn't want her around even if Trump was around or wasn't around. I don't want her around, y'all. Let us know what you think about the whole Trump indictment and the fiasco and the circus surrounding it, because we got to move on to another fiasco, you guys. Now, Monday morning, everybody was a women's basketball fan. Everybody had something to say. But on Sunday, LSU and Iowa went for the finals. LSU won. I believe the score was like 104 to 85. It was a
82.
blowout. Um,
It was definitely something in the 80s. But
yeah.
point is, LSU
LSU won.
won.
Now, LSU has a player, Angel Reese, 20-year-old. I think she's 22 now. I can't remember her age, but she is a freshman. And she's 20 years old. I
She's a
apologize.
sophomore.
She's
She
sophomore
said she
now?
was a sophomore. Yeah, she said
Okay.
that on Twitter. I've been following her little Twitter feed. She said, I'm only a sophomore.
Okay.
So,
So
yeah.
during the game, she was doing John Cena's "You Can't See Me" to the other team. Now, she was imitating Caitlin Clark, who was a Iowa player, and Caitlin Clark in previous games had done that. Like "You Can't See Me." It's shit talking that goes on in basketball all the time. They caught both these girls doing it. However, Sunday night, Monday morning, even today, they were talking about LSU's Angel Reese not being sportsmanlike when she was doing this. They said she was stalking around the corner, which I realized she actually had to guard this girl. So she wasn't stalking the girl. That's her. That's her person. This person she
So
got to
let's
cover.
point out, not to
Yes.
cut you off, let's point out Caitlin Clark is a white player from
Yes.
Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And Angel Reese is a black girl who plays for LSU.
Yes.
And
I was
Angel,
getting to that. You know, I was getting to that.
right. I didn't know where we was getting to
Yeah.
that, but
I
I
was
wanted
getting to
to,
that. I was getting
but
to that. However, folks say it's not about race, it's about sportsmanship, but they both did the same thing according to the videos I've seen. I'm not a basketball fan. The only reason I'm weighing in on this is because it shows how hard black women have to go through certain things. She's a champion, but she got to be a champion only if she acts like a champion. And all of a sudden, the rules change. You know what I mean? Caitlin and Iowa. That's a Cinderella story. Don't trust me. They have a good team. She's a good player. She's
Caitlin
an
is a great
excellent
player.
player.
She played her ass
You know,
off.
she is going to be a legendary player no matter what happens. So I'm giving Caitlin her flowers. This is not about Caitlin, and this is not really about Angel Reese either. This is about how folks are perceived and treated, and just the whole thing that's going around. And the only thing we can think about is race. The only difference we can see is race and how this always happens. You know, black women are always told to tone down things. And I know you've probably seen this or experienced this, Candy, where somebody has a microaggression at work, and then you get to HR and they gaslight you like, did she really mean it? Do you think she really meant to
Mhm.
do that? You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
as a black woman who has dealt with, just microaggressions from,
Mm-hmm.
from the job, or just, the general stigma of black women being more
Mm-hmm.
aggressive, we're being more, We don't, everything that we do. There's a song called with the I think it's finesse two times. He says it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. And I think of that very much so in this case. These two girls don't
Mm-hmm.
even have an issue with each other. Caitlin
Mm-hmm.
Clark is very graceful in saying that, I don't have a problem with Angel. She's a great player. Um, it's everyone else. It's the media that's,
Yes.
and I've seen the comments.
Mm-hmm.
All Angel Reese did was give Caitlin Clark the same energy that she was given. It wasn't like Angel Reese was the aggressor in the situation.
Yes.
She responded to what Caitlin Clark was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and now everybody's all up and now all these white, people on Twitter are talking about she didn't, that wasn't the same thing, and they're calling her unsportsmanlike. She's unclassy or classy. I've seen her refer to
Classless. Yeah.
classist piece of shit. Like these are two college girls that are competing, and trash talk is very much part of
Mm-hmm. Sport.
the game. So I'm trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
what the difference was between Caitlyn doing it and
Mm-hmm.
Angel doing it. And y'all are really in y'all fucking feelings about Angel giving this girl the same energy that she was given because she won,
Yes.
and
Exactly.
now all of a sudden we have to invite both teams
Mm-hmm.
to White House, which pisses me off because there's never in the history of niggerdom, excuse my language, that
Mm-hmm.
both teams, the winning team is always the team that
Mm-hmm.
gets invited to the White House.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden they want both teams
Mm-hmm.
to come because that's sportsmanship and blah. No, fuck all
Mm-hmm.
of that. We're
Yeah.
not doing participation
I
awards. They
and what
lost
and
and they don't
what
get to go.
exactly and what Candy is referring to, y'all, is oh, and I see Cece came in. Hi, Cece. Where are you watching this
I
from?
see.
I
Thanks
seen
for watching.
what Candy is referring to, y'all, is that Jill Biden said something on, I believe it was Sunday night or Monday, saying that she wanted to
With her dumb ass.
invite both teams. She said she asked Joe to invite both teams to show of sportsmanship. And folks, let's be clear. There was no beef between the teams. There was no beef between these two women. None.
Outside of the court.
Outside of the court. There's no beef. There's no beef on court. They're they're intense competitors. They're both excellent players. I can't wait for them to get to the WNBA and see how that rivalry goes, y'all. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a rivalry. It's not gonna be beef. It's just gonna be a rivalry. We're talking
Yeah, and
like,
we love sports rivalries. We love
mhm,
those.
we love
America
them.
loves it.
We love them. You had Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Then you
Yeah.
have Michael Jordan and I think Larry Bird also. But folks, let's go. Let's be clear, you folks. Let's be clear, you guys. This is an issue outside of the game. It's an issue of race and tone policing. Because sometimes what will happen is, in some cases, black women will complain to HR and what will happen is finally they're gonna cut somebody out. Finally, they're gonna cut somebody out, and they're gonna say, "Yeah, we know she was wrong, but did you have to react like that?" And that's what this is
Yeah,
gonna.
like, do you know how many times I've heard that? Like, well, you didn't have to react the way you did. She was just, or never mind, she was just, no, you guys play in our face so much, and this
Exactly.
is a blatant playing in our face.
So.
So now, they're talking about Angel Reese doing too much,
Mhm,
and she's saying, well, we'll go to the Obamas and we're not going to the White House. And I
mhm,
stand her. I very much agree. You're not gonna play in our fucking face. You just said that now you wanted to invite both. When
mhm.
has the losing team ever been invited to the fucking White House? That's never been
Exactly.
it. We've
Now,
never done that. Why all of a sudden are we doing that now? We're
yeah.
not
Now,
doing that.
Tony,
We've given a
Tony,
participation board.
yeah, Tony, you didn't miss anything. You're right. Sportsmanship, the game comes with the shit talking. You know what I
It
mean?
does.
Taunting is part of the game. I don't understand the rule in the NFL. I'm against the rule in the NFL. I'm against them for the celebrating. I'm against all that in the NFL because it's part of the game. It's what I grew up with. You know what I mean? So
Dancing in the end zone and all of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
but
just
different things.
celebratory.
But shit talking is shit talking, and y'all were these folks. Some sports fans was just complaining about how women's sports is kind of boring. It's nothing exciting, and then that crosses the line over to between the difference between men and women. Now, this
Mm,
game was the most watched game of the tournament. It got more views and people watched it more than the men's final. And I
yeah,
think the men's final, and then it actually beat the NBA. You know what I mean? Some of the NBA numbers for being viewed on TV. So,
and they need
folks,
that.
yes. And this is, like I said, this is not about these two ladies. That's why I said there is no beef between these women. None.
Mm,
But remember, these are young women. Okay? They are both
20-year
young.
old.
Yeah, 20 years old. We're not talking about people with a lot of experience. You know what I mean? But I can
Right.
tell you, as someone who's won a lot and has lost a lot, the shit talking comes with the game. The shit talking is made to throw off the other player, and to me, it's done in respect because you're only pushing that player to do better. You're only pushing that player to do better. You know, when I get down there, when I used to play football in high school, when I got down on the line, especially when I was playing defense, and I'm looking over at the other guy, I'm talking mad shit. I'll be like, man, I can see that play. Now, last time you grabbed me, I hope to call a hold this time. I'm gonna need you to block because I'm going straight to your quarterback. You say shit like that. Sometimes to get in their head, other times when it's still to motivate them to do what it is that you do best. You know what I mean? Good players don't want to play against weak players. You know what I mean? So when
Oh,
you
that's
got
boring.
two, huh?
I said that's boring.
Yeah, you want to play against somebody with at the same level or even better than you, so you can be the best you. So what's going on here, you got folks? Let's keep it real. Um, this should be a non-issue, but the reason a lot of folks are in arms, especially black folks and marginalized people, is because you came after a black woman, or in your case, let's call her a girl, because that's how y'all sort of did it. That's how you treat both these women. You call them
Yeah.
girls, okay? So you're talking about young women, okay? So that's where we are with that, y'all. Let's be clear and let's be for real about this shit. You know what I
Please.
mean? Let's keep all this bullshit out of this. Let these women play. I wish both of them well.
Yeah.
I would agree with LSU if they decide not to go if both teams are invited. I'm not going to think of them as ungrateful. I'm not going to think of them as anything other than the champions they are, and they are
Mhm.
showing grace since it appears that some folks want to show Iowa grace. The losing team is the losing team. It is what it is. It was a good game until it wasn't. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You just got outplayed. And everybody said that. It could
That's
have went
it.
either way. You got outplayed.
It could have went either way. Yeah,
Mhm.
it could have been very much Iowa. A lot of people a lot of people that actually watch sports and actually
Mhm.
watch girls play are in
Mhm.
agreement with LSU, like
Yes.
because they know that's the nature of the game. And
Mhm.
people who watch competitive sports know that that's the nature of the game. So,
Mhm.
there's one winner, there's one loser.
Mhm.
And, like that LSU got the better of Iowa. And that's no shade to Caitlin. She played a
Mhm.
great game. She's an awesome player. I've heard
Mhm.
everything good about her.
Right. Yeah.
But we're not gonna act like y'all not playing in Angel's face right now, or
Yeah.
LSU's face. I won't even say
Exactly. We're not gonna
LSU.
do that. Now,
Yeah,
speaking of playing in the face, y'all, we last week we talked about the reality show that's going on with SWV and Escape. We're talking about how folks are being headlined and things like that. We have a follow up here. Now, Escape's Tamika Scott accuses her sister and brother in law of stealing money. And this time, y'all, she has receipts. Go ahead with that, Candy.
she definitely had the receipts. I have definitely been following. They do have a show on Bravo. So there's several things going on that, like I said, we talked about in the past. We did talk about this. So the show was originally uh, a reality show on Bravo. They casted SWV, who I'm a big fan of. I've always liked SWV over Escape. That's just my preference, but some people, like Escape better. So that was the original beef between the groups as far as who's going to be headlining.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the headliner, SWV was under the impression that they were going to co-headline with Escape, but that does something to the money, obviously. So they would have to divvy up the money instead of
Mm-hmm.
Escape divvying up already 4 ways. It's now going to
Yeah.
be split 7 ways.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an issue with that. So that started a little beef between SWV and Escape.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, Escape has their own internal issues as far as being group mates. With Latasha and Candy specifically. Candy and Latasha, for some reason, have always had a beef. Latasha was supposed to go solo, but we see that that never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And now, fast forward to now,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things that are coming up in the past that have been brought to the light in this show. One issue specifically with Latasha and Tamika, who are sisters, blood
Mm-hmm.
sisters. They have the same parents.
Mm-hmm.
Latasha's the older sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it came out that Latasha and her husband, Rocky Bivens, who is an exec who worked a lot with R. Kelly in the past, I believe. Now it's coming
Mm-hmm.
out. Um, he's an exec. Him and Latasha have been married almost 30 years now. Um, he's very much in the I guess the in the forefront of or I wouldn't say the
Mm-hmm.
forefront, but he's the one that's pulling all the strings. He managed Escape. They weren't receptive to that management style, so that's kind of part of the reason why the group kind of broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so again, now we have this issue where there was some royalties that were paid out to the group that
Mm-hmm.
Mika is alleging that Tasha and her husband stole.
Mm-hmm.
He did come out and do a couple of interviews, and he pretty much kind of said that the money that she's referring to was Latasha's money anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
it seems like he's the toxic one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of the strings, and Latasha's just going along with it, like he's brainwashed her to the point where she's just gonna believe whatever this man says and not, really and go against her family and going against her sister. Um, Last week, Tamika did pull out the receipts. She pulled out
Mm-hmm.
documents stating that Rocky had forged her signature.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Rocky very much believes that Latasha is the Beyonce of the group, so you know, uh, she should have got that money anyway. But it
Yeah.
come to find out it was more than 30,000. Um, I know Natasha right now is working on a gospel album that her and Tamika were supposed to do together, but she
Yeah.
swindled that deal from under her either. So
Uh-huh.
her too. So if you guys have been keeping up with the show, it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of truths that are being brought. Mind you, these women are almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of trauma that went on back in the 90s that is now coming to the forefront. And,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's just not looking good for Latasha.
Yeah.
I always liked her too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been text messages with Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
arranging kickbacks and
Yes.
allegedly and money.
Exactly.
Um, trying to get the bulk of it. So it seems like he's the problem, and Latasha is just so lost in the sauce that she's
Yeah.
not singing it. And
Mm-hmm.
but I'm standing Tamika because I'm always for the underdog, and it just seems like she's the younger sister, so the mother has always gone with the older sister.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she said, and I feel like she got some of that money too. That's why she's trying to get Tamika to get over it, but she can very
Mm-hmm.
much charge. or sue her sister for those funds.
Yes.
Um, because those were very much her royalties
Mm-hmm.
um, that was taken. So I've been keeping up with it. I'm gonna keep up with it and keep following along. But that's pretty much where we are.
Uh-huh.
It's been a lot of exposing going on, and it's unfortunate that these people
Yeah.
are family, and family
Mm-hmm.
will do you in. They will do you the fuck wrong when
Now
money comes into play.
I chuckled a little bit, you folks, and the reason I chuckle a little bit because although I don't like drama, part of me loves watching this shit go down.
We all love it. We try to act
I
like
love watching this shit
but
go
we love
down.
watching that shit.
Yeah, as long as it's not our life, we're like, yeah, as long as it's not our lives, it is a
I would
sad
appreciate it.
situation, especially when you got blood sisters beefing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
However, in this new age, 2023, folks, we need the toxicity all out our life, and that means if it's family or not. And we're
yeah.
getting into that. Now, I had another subject I was talking about, but I'm actually going to include it in our reviews this week because we're gonna
Okay.
move to spoiler alert. Spoiler alert is basically our segment where we talk about the stuff we've watched during the week, why we were high, just shows we've watched. What I watched this week is Catfish. I love
Okay.
watching Catfish. It comes on every morning while I'm sitting here. When I'm just sitting here, just chilling, and it's on for noise, pretty much. Now, last night's episode, in this season 8, episode 79. I don't know why they got so many episodes in their seasons, but hey.
I don't either.
However, what really caught me in this one, and like I said, spoiler alert, y'all. And I'm gonna get to that too, Tony. I know you said is that show still going?
Right.
I'm gonna talk about that too.
How are we still getting catfished in 2023? But go ahead.
You brought it up. See, you brought it up. That's my thing too. However, in this case, there was a young man talking to a young woman online. They have never met, although they live in the same area. I don't give a fuck. I can't.
Okay.
Now, over the course of the show, they realized that it was his business partner and an associate who had pranked the victim. Now, during the investigation, they found out that these folks used to shoot content together, viral content together, and things like that. And towards the end, you didn't know who was telling the truth. You know what I mean? Was the
Yeah.
victim in on it? And so what occurred is after they did the filming initially, they did find out that they were texting back and forth about the show, and realized that they lied to do this for clout. And that's where I'm coming into what I'm talking about is why are people still doing dumb shit for likes and shit like that? It's dumb as fuck to me. These folks wanted clout. To me, you were wasting Neve and Cammy's time by setting up these fake catfish stories so y'all can get clout. That makes me want to go to your page and block you folks. That's what that makes me want to do because you wasted my time. You wasted my time. You know what I mean? I cannot stand clout chasers. It's the weirdest thing. And for those who want to really see about clout chasing and how it affects us in the society, I believe it is. Ooh, I can't remember what show it is. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. It might be nope. It's on Netflix. Altered Carbon. Altered
Oh yeah.
Carbon. There
I
is
watched.
an episode that shows what the world would be like if everything we did was based on likes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good episode. It makes you think. It's a very good episode. I'll probably watch it this week and review it again next week, just so I can watch it again. But this clout chasing, folks, it's not worth it. Get you a life. Get you some business.
I mean, I agree. I agree with the clout chasing too, but I feel like if people didn't have this, the, it kind of. Now I don't know, how Catfish runs their show. To me it
hmm
seems like it's very highly produced.
hmm
Um, but Nev, we can say that about these people, but people like Nev wouldn't have a
hmm
show if we didn't have these kind of people,
Yeah,
running around acting like this. So, it's kind of a
exactly.
catch-22. And
hmm
some people, believe it or not, there's a sucker born every minute. So
hmm
some people still eating this shit up. To
Yeah.
me, it's one of those shows like Ridiculousness. That show's just been on there on MTV for 20 damn years now. It's
hmm
not, it's just one of those shows that is original
hmm
content for MTV.
hmm
Um, so I don't feel like it's going anywhere as long as people,
Yeah.
sign up to be, and then there's still people out there, I guess, that are getting catfish
Yes.
that,
hmm
I would believe that's an older generation though. I
Exactly.
wouldn't believe that that's anybody that's young or
Yeah, but it's,
that.
it's always that young demographic, and that's what kills me. Because, like you
Yeah,
said,
it's like y'all know better. Y'all
yeah,
y'all y'all sleep with y'all phone in
yeah,
y'all hand, so y'all
yeah,
know when y'all see the sign.
exactly. Catfish has been on for over 10 years now, and it's
And
just
that's
like what I,
crazy.
yeah, that's crazy. And it feels like I feel like on Cheaters too. Cheaters take place in Dallas, so you should know not to be cheating in Dallas because you never know when Cheaters is following you. But
Yeah,
here, but on a national level, you have this guy who was catfished himself now helping other folks who were tricked and duped online. So it's crazy because I don't get it. I don't understand after so many shows. Now we have the technology. Let's be clear. When when Catfish first started, we had just started getting into the picture phones and the video chatting. That had
yeah,
just really started jumping off. You couldn't Skype through your phone. You had to Skype from your computer. So, but now we have the technology. I don't care. You better show me who you are. You better show me who
yeah,
you are. You
yeah.
know,
It makes no sense that people are still
Mhm.
having this issue in
Yeah.
2023 with
Yes.
everything that is in front of you
Mhm.
that you have access to, that's free to use, or maybe you got to spend a little bit of money.
Mhm.
A little bit of money. It's not like you can't find out if people are who they, and people don't even put that much effort
Yeah.
into
Yes.
hiding their identity. So it's not like
Exactly.
I can make a fake page on Facebook
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it's
We
not
can.
a big effort.
Yes. Yeah. And Tony said he was catfished before. When he showed up to a meeting with Candy, it turned out to be me. Yeah, he was catfished. Now, I gave this show 3 blunts because I was very disappointed that they even gave these guys a platform to get clout. They could have easily said, "Hey, we're gonna cut this out," because I do believe there's people out there who actually really need help,
Hmm.
and they sort of wasted this episode on these folks. You know what I mean? So that's why I gave it. That's why I gave it 3 blunts.
Yeah,
Um, Now you said you saw what was it, Infinity Pool?
I did.
Okay, I don't do scary movies, so let's run it down. And like I said, y'all, this part of our show is called Spoiler Alert. So if you have not seen Infinity Pool, definitely this is the time. Either you can stick around and listen, which I would love you to do, or you
Did
can
you
skip
put
in
pay
and
per
come
view
back.
up here? What
Huh?
is PPV?
Pay-per-view. Because you said it was on Prime. It's on whatever stream you have, it's showing up as pay-per-view, meaning you gotta pay like $20 to watch it.
Really? I didn't know.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna tell you how I watched it, but um,
Hey,
uh,
we showing you how you can watch it.
yeah, we showing y'all how y'all can watch it. Okay.
hmm
So,
Yeah.
Infinity Pool stars,
hmm
one of the Skarsgård brothers. There's three of them. I want to say Michael Skarsgård.
hmm
Don't quote me on it, but it's definitely one of the Skarsgård brothers
hmm
who, are very. They're pretty much like Thor and his brothers. Like what I can't think of their names right now.
Thor and
But
Loki.
no, Thor. What's his name? Oh God, what's Thor's real name?
Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth, Chris and
Yeah,
Liam.
the Hemsworth brothers. So
Okay.
there's Chris, Liam, and then there's another third
Mm-hmm.
lesser brother, but he still
Mm-hmm.
acts too. So the Skarsgård brothers are very much the same. They all
Mm-hmm.
are actors.
Yes.
Um, and the it stars also Mia Goth, who is Shia LaBeouf's wife. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're into she produces a lot of A24. You know, if you guys aren't familiar with A24, they're like a production house that produces a lot of thriller or kind of gory
Mm-hmm.
um, horror movies. This
Mm-hmm.
movie wasn't a horror movie; it was more like a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't categorize it as it's kind of it takes place at this kind of hedonistic
Mm-hmm.
um, fake resort called
Mm-hmm.
Minnetonka or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the brother is him and his wife are having marital issues, so they go on this retreat to kind of fix
Mm-hmm.
their marriage. He's an author who isn't making any money from any of his. I think he wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't doing well, but his wife comes from a wealthy family.
Yeah.
Um, so she's basically essentially taking care of this man or what have
Mm-hmm.
you. They try to go on this retreat to fix their marriage. Um, he immediately meets Mia Goth's character, who is also married in the film. They're
Mm-hmm.
immediately drawn to each other. The couples try to go hang out. It's
Mm-hmm.
very much implied that they're swingers to
Yes.
me, as
Mm-hmm.
somebody who has been in the lifestyle before, or who as a single person,
Mm-hmm.
but recognizes that kind of was the undertone that I got.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, the wife and not him and his wife, him and the other man's wife, Mia Goth's character naturally hit it off. She's
Mm-hmm.
the siren, the one that
Mm-hmm.
excites him and gives him a sense of purpose because
Yes.
she says she liked his book or what have you. I'm not gonna give the whole movie away, but it
Mm-hmm.
gets into this weird kind of psycho where his wife winds up going back to the States,
Mm-hmm.
and he states that he couldn't find his passport, but really he hid it from her because he wanted to stay on the island and do what he
Do the
wanted
shit.
to do with the girl. Yeah. So you know how that go. But it turns into this real crazy experience for him.
Um,
They wind up doing some cloning things. There's some cloning going on that the rich
Definitely a
children.
spoiler alert on that, y'all.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Um, something must have happened because the bird is running around.
Uh-huh.
It's very much a lot of that going on. I gave it four out of five blunts, only because I did fall asleep kind of at the end of it. Um, but
You
it's
gonna
a
need you gonna need to get your movie life together.
no. See, I've been trying. We all fell asleep on it though, but it was a very busy weekend for me. It was my homegirl's birthday, so we kind of partied the whole weekend.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it was a good movie. If you're into
Mhm.
psychological thrillers, I would
Mhm.
very much recommend it. It's
Mhm.
not gory. It's not,
Mhm.
it's more just kind of in your head kind of thing. So
Okay.
yeah.
Right on. Right on. Now, definitely, y'all. Let us know what you're watching. Let us know. Let us know what you're watching. Let us know what you feel about it. Let if you're gonna watch these shows, don't distract me like that, Candy. Don't distract me. Don't.
No, I'm trying to.
um,
I heard no, because I heard something blow up out there, and
mhm.
I heard police, and now it's like they're fucking circling
Mhm.
around here. So, but it's an everyday occurrence over here. Go ahead.
But let us know what you're watching. Let us know. Let us know what you feel about it. Go watch Infinity Pool or go watch Catfish. this last episode that occurred, y'all. It is definitely a good watch. I did read about Infinity Pool. I just don't want to watch it. It's a weird premise. I think I got to be real high, but part of me believes I got to stay a little bit sober, so I got to figure that part out, y'all.
Yeah, it's not scary. It's not. I mean, it's not gory. It's not a filthy film. There's a weird sex scene that happens in it too. So it's like trippy. Like it's like and so I didn't know what the fuck was happening, but yeah.
Exactly. And we're moving to the part of the show that we all love, y'all. It's the munchies, y'all. What's your munchie? What's your go-to munchie, y'all? And this week, y'all, I went to Lei Thai, which is a Thai food place.
Love Lei Thai.
I love Lei Thai too. It's literally this hole in the wall, y'all. It's literally a hole in the wall. And I had the yellow beef curry and rice. And give me a second. I'm gonna share this with you folks here. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. I think that's not it. That's not it.
While he's doing that, I'm a fan of the green curry. I'm a green curry.
Oh, so you like the hot stuff.
I get the spice level kind of low because Thai food is already really spicy any damn way. So, but I always like the green curry. But you had the yellow, so I want to hear about that one.
Yeah, this is Lei Thai. It's over for those who live here in Vegas. It's over on Charleston near Rancho. It's a little strip mall next to it, and there is Lei Thai. Yes, 2 locations. One there, one a little further downtown. Folks, this is what I had. It looks good. I moved a little. That's an egg roll in the top of the picture. I had started eating it before I took a picture, so that's why it looks like that. That shit was amazing, friends. Oh, it was amazing. I sat up there. I gave it 5 blunts. I also had the honey chicken.
Okay.
And there's a better picture of it here. A better picture. Oh man, this stuff here. I gave the whole experience 5 blunts. These right here, my only critique of these is that I think they should have been rolled in that honey garlic sauce a little bit more. Because I want to taste honey garlic all the way through. But man, that little juice there in the corner, oh man, it is heaven.
You need to try that crab
time. It is a bit pricey, y'all. I didn't put that in my rating because I'll spend money on food. My budget, some of the biggest things after rent and internet is weed and food. So I gave Lei Thai 5 blunts. I love it. Thai food I used to be afraid of because it was spicy, especially curry. I've had Indian curry, which wasn't that spicy. Jamaican curry, definitely spicy, But Thai food, Lei Thai, y'all, is popular. Like there's a hole in the wall. If you folks ever visit Vegas, I suggest you go over there. Call ahead. I definitely want y'all to call ahead because if you don't, you're gonna be waiting a while. And this is just almost any time of the day or night, y'all. I love Lei Thai too.
Very delicious.
It is delicious, folks.
And short rib fried rice.
Oh, don't get me started.
Iconic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even get into that. Yes, that. Let me stop.
Right. They're not open that late, so I'm like, damn. I'll probably go tomorrow.
Yeah. Now you had something that I thought was good too. You had them Chips Ahoy. You had that Chip Ahoy. Oh man.
Yes, I have them here. This is my first. I went to Walmart yesterday because I had to load up on some hygiene. But
Mhm.
I did, do a little munch. I said, "While I'm here, let me see if I see something that I want to try that I haven't
Uh-huh.
tried before." Because I pretty much
Mhm.
I'm kind of with my food. I pretty much stick to the same thing if I like
Yeah.
it. But I do like Hershey's. I'm a chocoholic,
Mhm.
so I do like
Mhm.
chocolate. Um, and I like Chips Ahoy cookies. So
Yes.
I did see that they had a fudge filled Hershey fudge filled Chips Ahoy cookie.
Mhm.
Very delicious.
Yeah.
Um, it's just basically a cookie with fudge in it.
Mhm.
Um, so if you're a chocolate lover like me,
Yes.
then you will very much enjoy it,
Uh-huh.
and um, uh, they will very much satisfy that chocolate, craving that
Mhm.
you. So I gave
Give it
the
high.
5 out of 5.
I
Rate these.
yeah. I love sometimes we're like, I gave it a 5. That tells you she a pothead, y'all. Yeah, you gave it 5.
I gave it 5 blunts out of 5, because again, I'm a chocolate person, so this is right up
Uh-huh.
my alley. After I
Mhm.
smoke, I want something salty and I want something sweet.
Mhm.
Um, and this definitely fulfilled my sweet tooth.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
four
Yes,
blunts.
yes. Yes, yes.
And I
Yeah.
also went to therapy.
Mhm.
That is a restaurant downtown. We went for Keisha's birthday.
Mhm.
And it's kind of like a jazzy. It's bar food, but it's kind of jazzy bar food, so it's a little pricey.
Mhm.
Um, but I personally had the buffalo chicken dip and chips, which to me was just like Frank
Mhm.
Red. What is it? Red
Frank
hot
Red
sauce
Hot?
dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It tasted to me like their buffalo chicken dip a lot and some chips.
Mhm.
But I did taste everybody else's food. They have this lobster grilled cheese that
Mhm.
was very delicious, and that Angie had. That's a $40 grilled cheese, by the way.
Mhm.
And the picture that I sent you, or the video that I sent you, was a friend David had. Um,
Mhm.
he had it's a buffalo chicken waffle kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um, the red velvet waffle and chicken
Yeah.
that I tasted as well, and it was
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
It comes with, it's not a marmalade, it comes with a rumelade, is what it
Uh-huh.
was called.
Remoulade?
A rumelade, yeah, I've never
Yeah.
heard of that, but it's
Mhm.
to me it's like a jazzy jelly or something.
Mhm.
Um, and I also tasted the roasted cauliflower that Angie had.
Uh-huh.
Um, if you're vegan or what have you, it it tasted pretty good.
Mhm.
I liked everything that they serve steak as well. Quiche and Shay, they have the steak. So they do have steak there, and then that was called a smoke in a glass. It
Mhm.
was a bourbon and
Mhm.
cinnamon kind of thing is
Mhm.
what I tasted, and you can see the smoke coming out of there at the top.
Mhm.
That smoke is a pecan smoke that they told us.
Oh, okay. Done.
It
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was very delicious. If you do venture downtown, it's right across, really, it's kind of diagonal to the Commonwealth,
Mhm.
um, and Lake Tai, the second Lake Tai location.
Yes.
Um, I think it doubles as a club at night. So I
Okay.
would definitely visit there. It's not very big on the inside, so I would call and
Mhm.
make reservations. But I gave it 4.5 out of 5.
All right, on, right on. I gotta try that place. I don't. Sometimes I don't like really heading downtown now because now you gotta pay for parking, and then there's all sorts of weird ass folks down there. I mean, and don't
Yeah,
get me wrong.
downtown is some weird, I mean,
Mhm.
but it's Vegas, so you're gonna see that
Yes.
everywhere in Vegas you go. But
Mhm.
especially downtown, there's some character.
Yes, yes. And don't get me wrong. I love all the shits, y'all. I love all
I
the
love
shit.
it. Yeah.
But sometimes it gets a little crazy for me, and I'll be high, and I don't be wanting to ruin my high. So sometimes I just gotta,
Right.
I gotta look out for myself, folks. I gotta look out for myself. Now, man, we are here at the bottom and the end of the show, y'all. It has been a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
We are the Aging Potheads. You can check us out at theagingpotheads.com or on our Facebook page. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk, and that's Miss Candy. Y'all can always reach us with show ideas, questions, and things like that at info@theagingpotheads.com. You can catch us at the Aging Potheads at all outlets: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. That's where we're there. That's where you see us every week, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Let us know what you're smoking. Let us know what you thought about what we talked about tonight. We want to hear you, especially those who watch the replay, so we don't get to talk to you live. Before we do get out of here, we always do post this, folks, and it is something that's, if you folks are ever going through anything, make sure you text that 988. Make sure you get the help you need. You might not want to text that, but make sure you talk to someone, folks. We need you to talk to folks. We want to talk about you. We want to talk with you, not about you. So definitely, folks, when you have a crisis, get help. Get the help you need. If you need to hit us up, you know how to hit us up. That's where we'll be. Just hit 988, y'all. And that's how we do it. That's how we do it. We've been doing it every week, y'all. And definitely, y'all, we do want to thank you for stopping by. We are the Aging Potheads, folks. We're every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We had Alexandria in, we had Tony in, we had CC in. Those are just the folks I saw.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We want to catch you next week. And as we always say, you meditate and medicate. And until next week, stay lifted, my friends. Good night.
Yes. Good night, guys. Thank you. See you next week.